When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job in management consulting for a job that was even more demanding teaching. I went to teach 7th class math in the New York public schools. Unlike any teachers, I made with the tests. I gave her homework assignments. When the work came back, I calculated grades. What struck me was that IQ was not the only difference between my best and my worst students. Some of my strongest performers did not have a stratospheric IQ scores. Some of my smartest kids were doing so well. And that got me thinking. The kinds of other things you need to learn in 7th class math, such as hard fractions, decimals. The other offers a parallelogram. But the concepts are not impossible, and I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn the materials if they worked and long enough. After several more years of teaching, I came to the conclusion that what we need in education is a much better understanding of our students and learning from a motivational perspective, from a psychological perspective. In education, the only thing we have now to measure best is IQ. But what if doing well in school and in life depends on much more than your abilities to learn quickly and easily? So I left the classroom and I went to radio school to become a psychologist. I started studying kids and adults in all kinds of super challenging settings. And in every study, my question was, who is successful here and why? We researched term and went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to practice with cadets who stayed in military training and we would drop out. We went to the National Spelling Bee and tried to practice with children whose advance was perfect in completion. We started local teachers working in really tough neighborhoods, asking which teachers are still going to be here in teaching by the end of their school years, and of those who will be the most effective at improving learning outcomes for their students. We partnered with private companies, asking which of the 12 people is going to keep their jobs and who's going to earn the most money. In all those very different contexts, one characteristic measures as a significant predict of success, and it wasn't social listener. It wasn't good look, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having Temni. Grit is tricking with the future day in, day out, not just for a week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. A few years ago, I started studying Grit in the Chicago public schools. I asked thousands of high school juniors to take a Grit questionnaires and then waited around more than a year to see who would graduate. Turns out that graded kids were significantly more likely to graduate, even when I met them on every characteristic I could measure things like family's income, standard studies, attractiveness test scores, even how sharp kids felt when they were at school. So it's not that a great point or the national spelling bees that Grit matters. It also in school is bicycle for kids at risk for dropping out. To me, the most shocking thing about Grit is how leaders find out about building it. Every day, parents and teachers ask me, how do I build Grit in kids? What do I do to teach kids a solid work ethic? How do I keep them motivated for the long run? The honest answer is I don't know. What I don't know is that talent doesn't make you ready. Our data show very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow thousands on their commitments. In fact, in our data, Grit is usually unrelated or even inversely related to measures of talent. So far, the best ideas I've had about building Grit in kids is something called growth mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and it is with life. That ability to learn is not physics, that it can train with your efforts. The artworks has shown that when kids read and learn about their brain and how it changes and grows in response to training, they are much more likely to persevere when they fail because they don't believe that failure is a permanent condition. So growth mindset is a great idea for building Grit, but we need more. And that's where I'm going to end my remark, because that's where we are. That's work that stands before us. We need to take our best ideas, our strongest intuition, and we need to test them. We need to measure whether we've been successful, and we have to be willing to fail, to be wrong, to start over again with lessons learned. In other words, we needed to be great about reading our kids read dear. Thank you.